Uh, this morning, I tried a first about a 5 mile run with my new Hoka Bondi bees. Um, Almost brand new. Found them online. A guy that does Ironmans, a lawyer in North Carolina, found a forum somewhere where he had tried the Hokas because they're very popular. It's starting to be very popular, especially with triathletes, because their legs are beat up and then they have to go do that. Depending on if it's a sprint, triathlon, or whatever, what it is, what the distance they have to run. But if it's the Ironman, you're doing a full marathon. And so their legs are beat up, and they found that these work real well. These are the Bondi Bee, and give you different views of them. A couple quick things. It's funny, as I've gotten into running this past year and a half, and you get opinions. It's just like I'm a guitarist and photographer, so I have a Nikon D300 I bought with my last Lilly grant. Love the camera, but then you'll get on forums where people say Nikons are crap. You know, they can't take good pictures, and they don't get color right. You know, only Canons, and then vice versa. And then I'm a guitarist, so I have a couple of Martin guitars, but I like Taylors. But people get on this, oh, Martin's are the only one to ever have, you know, and then the Taylors, no, it's a better sound, and everything is so subjective. So I will not make pronouncements that the Hoka Bondi Bee is this, and it's going to be true for everyone, because everyone knows the old phrase, we're an experiment of one. But I'll tell you what I thought about them. When I put them on, when I got them out in the mail, took them out of the box, put them on, I thought I was going to put my feet in them, just standing there in the house, like I'm standing on pillows. And it really wasn't that way at all. And probably the thing that struck me first about these was, from the pictures that I've seen, just a standalone picture, I thought they would look more, I don't know, a clown shoe-like. You know, it's not like you're going to be, I thought you're going to feel so much taller, and you know, it's not like you're on, Gene Simmons' monster things that he wears. No, I'm not a Kiss fan, but I saw a picture recently where the platforms are just gigantic and huge. These are taller, yes, but I really was surprised. They just seem, to me, they actually seem a little wider than normal. As I ran on them today, I ran mainly on gravel roads out at the Muscatatuck Wildlife Refuge. It's not huge gravel, and out there what happens is after they've graded the parts of the gravel road, and there's a lot of miles out there, it gets the gravel all pretty even across, and then after a while it kind of works, so you can actually be running just on dirt. Well, they had just graded some of the parts that I ran on, and so you kind of couldn't get away from the gravel. One thing I noticed was the gravel pretty much disappeared. I mean, unless it was a really big honking piece, it's really pointing up. As I ran, you just didn't feel the shoe just kind of, as they say, kind of goes around it, and the gravel pretty much disappeared. I ran down a mile or so and went and got onto a trail. It's a grassy trail. It's got some roots. It's got a little bit, kind of like running through the prairie, you might say. And then it goes through a little bit of wooded area with some roots. Most of the roots disappeared. Some of the bigger ones, you felt them. I mean, it's not like you're totally immune to feeling the ground, but a lot of the smaller ones just kind of, you didn't know they were there, Another thing I'd heard about these shoes is about a tendency to roll your ankle. Well, I've got a left ankle that I tweaked at the North Country Ultra 2 Saturdays ago today, and I wish it was this temperature up there now when I was up there running. But I hear people talk about, it's a tendency to make you roll your ankle more. Well, for me, I think it's going to be the exact opposite. I did roll this left ankle yesterday, just bang, real quick. And usually when it happens, I just kind of stop for a second, check it, and unless it's really hurts, which is very, very rare, I can just walk it off for a few seconds and off I go. Just nothing. It's not a problem. But this one's been a little bit sore, but also that was a trail marathon. These are so much wider. Let me show you. One thing I think I'm going to like about these, and I loved running in them. They were great. They really were. One thing I tried today, maybe it's not smart because you change variables. I normally run in super power step. These are pretty worn out. Arch supports. Okay, this is what I usually run in. I decided today, just an experiment, as I started, might as well just see what happens. I ran without any supports in them because I thought, well, they're so cushy, they're going to really grab my arch, because I have pretty low arches, almost non-existent, and have sometimes some trouble with plantar fasciitis. And I've got a little bit going in my right foot right now. But one thing about these shoes, as you get in here where your arch is, it doesn't get narrow like most shoes. Can you see that? And I'll show you with some Glycerin 8s as well. We'll compare them with a Glycerin 8. a bit narrow. This part narrows down, whereas on the Hoka shoe, it's this big wide platform. So I forget what percentage they say, but it's a big difference in how wide. So that's the main thing. These are both 12.5s, but there's so much more of a platform. And to me, if they were really tall, yeah, you might roll your ankle, but with these, I don't think so, because it's a bigger platform, so it has, for me, I think a tendency not to roll so much because there's so much stabilizing and holding you down. So I really like them. They do seem, especially looking down at them, I go, wow, that is so much bigger, and it is some bigger. Can you see all this? There is a whole lot more cushioning here, obviously. And you really felt it, and to me, it felt great. Time will tell, but so far, I really like them. They're not as, like I say, they don't really look clown shoe at all, and they kind of encouraged me to land less on my heel. I probably did some heel striking, but I think I found myself, the way the shoe is made, it tends to make you want to do a little more forefoot. We'll see if I need to maybe, if I put inserts in, because I felt around mile 5, my left arch just a little bit, because I wasn't wearing arch support for the first time in a year and a half, basically. So I might get some. I need some new ones. Those are kind of worn out anyway. But I think I want to get some that aren't quite so stiff. I don't think I'll need that. I think I just need a little bit of support. I think my feet have really gotten a lot stronger with all the running that I've done. So nothing scientific. What is true for me will not necessarily be true for you. But I really like them. They're comfy, and they just felt great running in. It wasn't like a pillow or anything like that, but it was just a whole lot more support. And I think for this almost 61-year-old guy, I think anything I can do to cushion impact, I think would be a good thing, even though I'm not having any trouble with my knees or hips or anything like that. So there's my unscientific, but it's 100% true for me, thoughts about my first runs with some Hoka. So I'm hoping to catch on the Climb, C-L-Y-M-B, that website, I'm hoping to catch a sale sometime to get some Stinsons, the ones that are more for trail. Though I think these will be great on trail, I guess unless it's super muddy or something. A lot of people are running these, even some elite guys are running with the Bondi Bs on trails. Of course, there are people that do, Western States and Leadville in everyday running shoes made for the road. So we're all different, and we all have our preferences. So no major pronouncements here about what a Hoka will do for you. But so far, after just one run, what does that prove? Who knows yet? I'll probably do another little quick video in maybe a week or 2 or 3 as I go longer. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these feel like when I go out and do a 15, 20, 25-mile run. And I think they're going to be, I think I'm in like. I can't say in love yet. I think I'm in like right now. Hoka Bondi B. The end. True story.